Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Grace. And this is a little bit of a different video again because of how this all worked out and what went on today. So here we go. So as few of you may have known, I got I woke up today around 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. Checked my email. I got an email from one of my subscribers, somebody I had done a video for telling me the last video, either my ex-wife or Meet Normus was in there. It's Meet Normus. It's definitely Meet Normus. Trolling again, saying how I abandoned, not paying for my house, the child support. Same thing. Same thing. They can't let it alone. And I'm like, okay. But I'm always curious as to why, basically attacking me, attacking all of you. But the question was why. And then I realized that yesterday morning I hit 2 million views on the channel. I'm just about to hit 10,000 subscribers. When you click on the channel, it says 10,000 on it. So look, me, I know you're watching this channel like a hawk, and I know I'm living rent free in your head. But these little attacks only motivate me further. As frustrated as I am, how my voice keeps dropping out, it's a constant reminder of why I walked away from all of you, of the abuse that went on and the neglect that went on. This is a direct result of your wife's neglect and your neglect. Bottom line. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You never took me to the doctor, and I had constant throat infections. So I'm not even here sitting here and argue what you wrote because it's ridiculous. Everybody knows it's ridiculous. Using my government name, which is only going to be my government name for a very short time. But he knows that. You're not telling anybody anything they don't know. I mean, and I have to thank you because every time you do this, it just benefits me. Because you just prove to everybody what their abusers are like, that you're all the same. And why you need to be no contact and away from people like you and your wife and the whole audience. And it's, you get to like why it bothers you so much at this point. Well, obviously it bothers you because I've put all your dirty secrets out and everybody knows what you are who's seen it. Bothers you because it's been viewed over 2 million times. Bothers you because there's 10,000 people subscribe wanting to hear what I have to say. But that's not the worst of it. That's the reason in your mind of why it's so important, because it's exposing you. But it's not why it's important to us. It's not why my channel and others like it. But I think mine specifically is popular because what I can do is I give people what they've always been seeking, that validation and that understanding they've always been seeking. Even what they can't get in therapy, which is why so many therapists get upset with me. Even though I've never said, don't be negative, I'm not against therapy, just bad therapy. But here's the gift people like you give, and you do it for this purpose because it's, you want the silence out of us. But one of the more frustrating things I always found about therapy was when you sit there and it's just you and the therapist and you sit down and you draw that blank. What do I talk about? I can't even remember. Why am I here? Was it so? And doing what I'm doing here gives people the opportunity to write their story out, put it on paper, and have it vocalized. They're vocalized by someone else and help them reach the understanding they've been looking for their whole life. That's not what really bothers you, though. Even though it is, a reason for your abuse to keep us quiet. I mean, you're keeping us quiet not to be exposed. So you're really more concerned about the exposure than anything else, is that the truth is getting out. But all this is your own doing. And these last-ditch efforts to try to, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. I mean, you're married to a woman who's a sexual deviant, did things to her own child, working a government job. You forged my name on bank paperwork, which I still have. I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish here. Like, are you just, well, you're throwing shit at the wall hoping it sticks, but look, every time you post something at this point, I'm just going to delete it and make a video and make fun of you. Because I know why you're doing it. But like I said, there's a reason why this video is sponsored by someone else. Because not too long after I got that email, I got this one 10 minutes later from Grace with this audio that I'm just going to play through. And it's really perfect timing based on the, you're trying to start shit. And this is something that it couldn't have come at a better time. So I'm just going to let it play and I'll talk afterwards.
Hi, Ollie. This is Grace. I wanted to send you along an audio recording as kind of a way of testing as to whether or not this might be a good method. You did a recording for me, a video, last December called Trust Your Gut, and I want to thank you for that so much. It really was the foundation that helped me to shift things in my life. And I've been in no contact with my mother since then. Life is getting better and better all the time. And it's amazing what can come up when you get some of the major abuse out of your life and you start to see things in such subtle ways. So it's really been a journey since that time. So I really appreciate it. It's kind of like you broke up a blockage for me. It was kind of like triage on a very sick patient. So thank you so much. Words can't even begin to express. But in the meantime, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I wanted to pass this recording along. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if people could send you recordings and you can listen to the recording cold, pause it when you need to, press play again, and it would be so much easier on your voice. And maybe even if it wasn't everybody, but to get maybe half and half, especially some of the very long ones. And another thing that helps with the recordings, and I do some recordings with friends who aren't local, so rather than writing a letter, I talk. And it really helps to put some emotion into it. It helps you to do maybe some self-editing. So if somebody wants to remain anonymous, then they might be able to do some of that heavy lifting instead of you trying to struggle with it. If they want to leave certain things out, not put in names, then they can take on some of that responsibility. So, it would save some of your mental activity as you're going through this process, certainly save your voice, and I think it would be really easy to use. So recordings, as far as catching somebody on a phone call, is a very different quality of a recording than if you're using some program that's already on your computer. And if you have a decent microphone, I have a MacBook, and this is QuickTime Player. It came with the machine. The microphone that's in the computer is fine. I use these recordings all the time, and I've never gotten any complaints about it. So it might be an easy way for people to communicate with you without stressing out the system that you've set up. You offer such an authentic, personal, real service. And I don't think anybody wants to see you get burnt out, because I think this community would be lost without you. I know this community would be lost without you. The recording, I think, would just make it so much easier. So it's just an idea. And if anybody is concerned about their identity remaining anonymous, you could always do, there are voice programs where you could have the voice altered in some way. And to point out, oh, that's your voice, that's you, I don't know. For some people, I know it's a matter of physical safety. So, of course, but you can go ahead and implement other technology and voice over some of the recording where maybe you wouldn't want somebody to recognize your voice. So just a couple of ideas. You've done so much of the heavy lifting for so many of us, Ali, that I would like to offer this as another option so that you can get more mileage out of your time and take a rest with your voice and not feel stressed out when you receive really long communications from people out there that really still, we all do need your help. So for the meantime, let me know what you think. Maybe you could want to go ahead and put this out on YouTube and pass it along to other subscribers and see what the community says. It's another option. We always have a lot of options. That's one of the things, too, that narcissistic abuse can do to you, is make you feel very limited, that you have no options, that we're stuck in a corner in a cage and we can't get out. So there are always more options. And just want to say how much you mean to me personally and how much you mean to everybody in the community, and anything else we can do to support you, just let us know. Thanks so much, Ali. Many, many blessings to you. Much peace in your life. Love, life, happiness to you and your wife and your daughter.
Thank you very much, Grace. I really do appreciate it. And it's some good idea. This really is a good idea. If everybody could had the ability to send audio like that, I think it's a great idea. Now, I'm not requesting everybody do that at all, but it's definitely an option, and I like it because it's definitely very, very clear. Much like Megan's video on the last recording I did was very clear. I imagine it was recorded off an iPad as well. But your words mean a lot to me, and I'm sure you probably didn't expect the video to be used like this. Things work out for a reason. I don't know, maybe something told you, send this now, do this now, because it was at the right time. Because there is no better time. I have a hard time accepting what you're saying, but I'm glad you said it. And I feel even a little weird putting it out there like I'm bragging, look at this. But no, I mean, I understand, and Meet Normus and Drunky understand that this channel means something. That this stuff means something, not only to me, but to all of you. And, you're right. I mean, I can do I'll do the heavy lifting because I can. And, I'm going to work to try to be more consistent with the videos coming up. It is difficult, but look, I get comments like that all the time, but to hear it vocalized, you know, is nice. And maybe this is even for me a little bit, because maybe even because they are going to listen to this. Now what? Now what are you going to do? I'll do the heavy lifting because I can. Anybody who wants to take Grace's suggestions, I'm all for it. But thank you so much for the kind words and the support and the contributions, and from not only from you, Grace, from everybody. This is about all of us. I mean, we're in this shit together. Because whether it's, I have a platform now of 10,000 people, and my narcissist still doesn't stop. So I can imagine what all of you have to go through. As long as we're here and we keep going and we keep talking about it, they're just going to fade away. And that is the goal, ultimately, isn't it? So, thank you once again for your contribution and the recording. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching and who continues to support the channel. I really appreciate it. And remember, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a narcissist you'd like to expose or a topic you'd like me to cover, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. Zolly Matthews, thanks for watching. See you all again soon.